Good morning, everybody. It is December 23rd, 2 days before Santa comes, and you are here with us on EBI Presents Ask Dr. Andy, episode number 4. Your mind matters, Dr. Andy.
Uh, I, I like to think that on a regular basis, but
And you really like you always talking up our sponsor today, which is Ramble Office Anywhere. The Ramble Destination Travel Trunk keeps your essentials organized, your gear protected, and your productivity maximized so you can travel anywhere and work anywhere also. And because you are an awesome listener and watcher of our podcast, when you go to check out, you can put in the promo code either Buffalo or Eddie Buffalo, and you will get an additional 5% off their fabulous prices already. To me, when I look at this stuff, I'm thinking that you're paying for convenience, and that's super important to me anyways.
I found it very attractive because I do travel and go to the populations I care for, and it's not a situation where I can take a computer setup. So essentially, I'm in touch with the world while I'm working, and then I'm in a hotel room working with a phone. And here it's something where I don't need to be particularly tech savvy, and I can bring everything I need with me.
It's pretty awesome. So check out our friends at Ramble Office Anywhere, and make sure you use the promo code Buffalo or Eddie Buffalo for an additional 5% off. And you ready to go, Dr. Andy?
Oh, of course.
So I have to let everybody know that all the comments and statements by Eddie Buffalo and Dr. Andy are purely for entertainment purposes. And I asked a few people what this next show should be about, and a lot of people said IBS, which I thought was a pretty shitty something.
We will get to that sometime.
Yes. So I thought that it would be very interesting, especially where I live now. I live in a retirement community now, Dr. Andy. I'm the youngest guy here by 2 months.
Well, most of the people I take care of are my age, yikes, or older. And the big thing with your mind is we'll just lump it into maintaining cognition. There's a whole lot of different kinds of dementia out there. We all think of Alzheimer's as being all the dementias. It's just one paper ball in a big wastebasket of different kinds of dementias. They present differently, they're diagnosed differently. That's all kind of boring. The big important thing is your brain keeping it working, knowing when to ask for help.
Well, I know I have to explain to people, especially young ladies that I date, that I'm not ignoring you. Okay, I boxed a lot. I had a lot of concussions. I'm getting older. If you want me to remember something, you got to either tell me 3 times or say, Eddie, this is important to remember. And I'm probably still not going to remember right away, but I'm trying my best. I'm even doing Scrabble all day to keep my mind sharp. You know,
what you say is very valid. Things that are bad predictors for people having cognitive decline or more rapid cognitive decline as they age are head injury, concussions. I boxed when I was younger a little bit, and I had a car versus bicycle accident with a pretty good head injury. Those things are not good predictors for my long-term cognition. But there's a lot of things you do as an individual as you age that can either aid you in maintaining what you got or accelerate the process of losing. Pretty much as a population, we are all going to lose a bit of certain abilities as we age. Accessing certain kinds of memory gets more difficult. People will have more difficult times pulling up names, words, naming items, things like that. When it becomes pathological, when people can't name things, that's a very big sign of a dementia. When people have difficulty with location, when they get lost, when people have difficulty with memory where it actually influences their life. Those are all reasons to get evaluated. They're getting better and better at evaluating and a lot more incisive where they can say, yes, no, instead of maybe yes, maybe no.
Sorry about that, folks. My allergies are killing me. I got to find a doctor.
I'm much too expensive for you. I'm sorry.
Sure.
So
let's. I just want to just get bare bones. Explain to me what actually is dementia.
Dementia is just loss of your executive function, the part where you can think clearly, plan, remember, act, and care for yourself.
That's interesting, because I think we've talked about this before with AI.
Mm-hmm.
AI, I feel like I'm talking to somebody with dementia. You know, because you have to. You can't say, "Okay, AI, Dr. Randy, I want to know about STDs. I want to know IBS. I want to know about dementia. I want you to put it in a nice package. I want you to do some nice graphics, and I want you to do a song."
Okay.
And it's like, bleh. It doesn't know what to do with all that information.
I'm not an expert on AI. I do use it at work, and I do use some.
What do you use at work for AI?
What I'll use AI for at work is I'll have a constellation of symptoms in a patient, and I'm trying to pull it all together. And I want to just cast a broad net. AI I can use to help me cast that net. I don't trust it. I would not go to the bank with it, as they say, but occasionally it can pull things up that may not have occurred to me immediately.
So where do you buy these broad nets? Does it help me get more dates?
They're available. Yeah, AI is available free if you know how to do it, but we're not really here to talk about AI so much. Let's talk about I. Things that you want to do in terms of maintaining cognition. Number one, I would not drink alcohol or use intoxicants.
It's going to make it worse.
Yeah, you're not working in your own best interest. Number two, if you think about it, your brain runs on oxygen and glucose. You want to make sure that platform your brain is running on is a healthy platform. You're going to want to do aerobic exercise. You're going to want to do activities. And then you're going to want to look at your sensory input and your interactions. Being mindful of your vision and hearing is key for maintaining cognition. People are good about vision. Typically, people are not good about hearing. People think, oh, I'll know when I need some help with my hearing. No, you have to listen to what other people tell you about it. When people are frustrated speaking with you, when you are missing conversation, that is a broad hint to get evaluated and get treated. Treating hearing is a very, very big part of maintaining cognition. When you lose hearing, you lose other people, you lose conversation, people become frustrated with you, you become isolated. Isolation is not good for cognition.
Like my buddy, I mean, technology has come so far. I mean, my buddy Ike, he can't hear anything, but he has his hearing aid hooked up to his iPhone. I thought that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
there's a huge amount of technology out there. I'm not going to really speak to that other than saying it is an area where you want to invest your money. If you are having trouble hearing, the benefits of having it treated correctly and buying the technology that you need, it's not a place to be frugal.
right?
I would spend for the best.
And that's a good point. You know, you get what you pay for.
Thank you. That's a nice way of putting it. Other things you want to do, you need to use your brain. Think of it, you're a Marine in basic training. You have to do the push-ups. You have to use your brain.
Stupid no, sorry guys.
I would try to do calculations with a pencil. I would try to read. I would try to discuss what I read. I would write. I would also use my own brain to navigate a good portion of the time. Navigating sans GPS is good exercise for your brain. It's a whole avenue that your brain has to follow and keep open.
And yo estudio español. I'm trying to learn another language to
Learning
keep
another
me sharper.
language, learning to do things with the opposite hand, learning to do things with both hands at the same time. You know, the prototypical thing they'll talk about is people who are later in their adult life learning to play a piano. Those are all things that stimulate your brain, cause you to make new pathways, cause you to reestablish pathways that you've neglected. It's a use it or lose it situation.
I know it's really helped me a lot because they say once you start thinking in that language, you're learning. And it seems, I don't know why it is, but when I go grocery shopping, I'm thinking in Spanish of what this is called, what that's called. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you make very good points there. Using your brain to do different things will help you maintain cognition. I would recommend reading over video screen. I would recommend attempting to do calculations with a pencil, you know, as opposed to just calculator and go.
I know my father-in-law did Sudoku, and it helped him out a lot.
There's not super well evidence-based examination of various things. Are crosswords better than Sudoku? Is this better than that? They don't have that out there. So I would be giving you nonsense, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But experientially, the people who use it and stay active are going to have a better chance of maintaining their cognition.
It's very interesting, you know. And you know, and I know that I'm forgetting things, you know, and it just happens, you know what I mean? But now that I know that there's a problem, I'm trying my best to do things to make sure that I'm always keeping my podcast has been wonderful for me because I didn't know crap about podcasting. And I've learned so much, and there's still so much more for me to learn, that there's stuff I want to be able to do technology wise that I'm learning bits and pieces, you know.
Personally, what I do, obviously for my field, I have to read at least an hour to 2 hours a day to stay current, stay accurate.
It's got to be hard.
I love what I do. It's like paying a kid to read comic books. It's something interesting. I retired briefly, and I didn't stop reading during that time, which was a subtle hint to me, hey, don't retire. But beyond that, I picked new things to learn about. I talk about it with people. I also try to make it a habit to get regular exercise. I try to eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, food that I've prepared for myself, that I know what's in it and where it comes from. There's no one thing. It's a constellation of things. It's how you live is going to help your cognition. Now, let me hit an interesting topic that scares everybody. I ran a large nursing home in the past, long ago, and I was looking at every person who's admitted to my nursing home and say, why are they here? And most of the time it came down to three simplistic things. You need to have enough cognition to not get hurt at home. You need to have enough vision to navigate, and you need to have mobility. And people would flunk one of those three. Mobility was a big issue because of obesity and because of diabetes and peripheral vascular disease.
That makes sense.
So if I was going to speak to longevity, I would speak to those three areas. And number one thing I would do is, you are what you eat, you are how much you eat.
Yeah, that's a good point. Somebody just recently told me that. I was watching somebody online, and they're like, you know, you feel like crap. Well, what are you putting in your body? If you're putting in crap, you're going to feel like crap.
Yeah. I've looked at food labels here in the United States, and I've looked at other countries. And our food label will have 2 inches of small print of what's in the thing. I'm an organic chemist by training from college, and I'll look at it and say, yikes,
Yeah, that's really interesting.
So typically what I try to do is eat food that I know what it is, where it came from, food that I prepared for myself. It's not politically correct to say, but I would not eat fast food. I'd rather be hungry
Oh,
because
interesting. I know there was a study done about obesity in children coming from poorer families because it used to be cheaper to feed your kids at McDonald's than to make a meal at home, but now it's totally backwards now.
it's almost always you can prepare a healthy meal for less money than you spend to buy it because time. If you invest the time, you buy the raw materials, you cook your own rice, you buy what you want, prepare it. You don't buy the little bag of cut up salad, you buy the lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumbers. You're going to be ahead financially.
That's healthier for you.
Mhm.
Just say everybody gets so busy, they think it's going to be easier, and then you wonder why you're fat.
But also doing the activities of daily life are good for you. Doing some of that drudgery, you're not sitting, you're moving, you're using your hands, you're thinking, you're planning. That's all very good from a functional standpoint.
That's good. I mean, even like in my apartment here, it's beautiful. They redid everything, but doesn't have a dishwasher, which I'm fine with, because little tasks like that, like in life gets so complicated. But if you got some dirty dishes, you clean them, they're done, you move on to something else. You really can't say that much about in life, same thing with laundry.
Yeah, I joke when I'm really stressed out, I will do the activities of daily life. It's almost soothing.
Yeah.
I see people watch videos of people cutting lawns and maintaining yards, people rebuilding houses, and they find it soothing. A certain amount of daily activity seems to be very therapeutic. Being in the sun and being outdoors has a therapeutic effect that they're still exploring. They've seen and they've done enough work on it where I feel confident saying that some sun exposure early in the morning and during the daytime will help you set your clock, that inner part that aids people in sleep.
It drives me crazy. Like I get up at 6 o'clock every morning, and Saturday's the only day that I sleep in.
Mhm.
So two things. When my buddies hit the gym don't see me, they're like, "Are you okay?" You're texting me and everything. Where are you? Telling them a million times that I sleep in on Saturdays, which my body doesn't let me. I'm still up at the same time, and I just lay there and watch ridiculous YouTube videos like this one here.
A couple thoughts. Maintaining a regular bedtime, maintaining a regular wake up time, using your bedroom only for sleep or marital relations, not watching television in your bedroom, doing your taxes. The basic tenets of sleep hygiene work. The people who do that are less likely to have disordered sleep. The second thing with sleep is therapeutic. You need sleep. Sleep deprivation is not good for you cognitively.
No, I can't imagine it could be,
People need to be tested for obstructive sleep apnea because if that is not treated, that is really bad for you cognitively and puts you at a higher risk of a number of other problems.
Definitely. When I was heavier, I had sleep apnea and I hated that machine. Couldn't stand it. I was so glad that I lost the weight and I didn't need it any longer. I sleep like the dead. I'm out. I'm just gone.
I have a meaningful relationship with my CPAP.
I hate that. They're so uncomfortable and so loud.
But what it does for me, I'll accept it. It's like, hello, old friend.
That's good. So even like yourself, like I said, a lot of times I have to tell people to tell me things 3 times or tell me that it's very important to remember. What have you done for yourself to keep your mind going besides reading and keeping up on things? What specific things have you done?
Certainly. I write very poor fiction.
I still haven't read any of it yet.
I like to draw. I try to maintain conversations with a number of people in different fields as friends, some as advisors, where I'm stimulated, I'm drawn into things that I'm not currently as aware of, And I try to pick a new project periodically, of what I want to learn about. I've, I've learned about block spinning. I made that a project. I was interested and still am incredibly interested in learning about AI, and I'm stumbling my way through. There's tons of free coursework out there.
Oh yeah.
MIT offers it. There's an infinite amount out there, or very, very low threshold price points. Those are things that are very good for you. The other good thing is fellowship, having people that you're in regular contact with. Thank you, Eddie.
You poor bastard.
It's not as bad as he sounds. Maintaining fellowship, maintaining relationships, maintaining friendships. Those all go a long way towards helping you preserve cognition. The other thing is, when people begin to have declining cognition, just the self-awareness, using the workarounds, knowing when to hand certain balls off, goes a long way towards keeping you feeling relevant, happy, keeping you in the community, as opposed
to, makes sense.
Going to other forms of care.
It makes sense a lot, actually. So, how do you know you're having problems? You don't know until you're having problems?
Typically, you're going to have problems with your executive function. Memory is going to become an increasing problem where it impacts your life. People will have problems finding directions. People begin to neglect their self-care, hygiene, clothing.
That's very interesting.
The thing I would urge people to do is get evaluated. It's pain-free.
Nobody wants to be told that they're losing their marbles. I can get that. It's kind of scary.
It is. To me, it would be scary. There are some tests that are out there that are coming where they're going to be available to predict early dementia and to essentially pre-diagnose people. To me, that would be a very sharp double-edged sword, because if I was told, oh, by the way, in X amount of time, this is going to happen and we can't do anything about it, how would that impact my current quality of life?
My question is there a certain set of people or population-wise that are more prone to dementia, or is it just everybody?
With dementia is a huge number of different pathologies that have the same kind of final common destination, a whole lot of paths, one destination, things that are bad positive predictors. Family history, use of alcohol and intoxicants, head trauma. Those would be things that I would think about.
That's really interesting.
Those are the ones with the best evidence base behind them.
Yeah. Is there any supplements you can take to boost your brain power, or is that all just bullshit?
The two things that are typically looked at when somebody comes in with a change in cognition that are reversible. If you have a low vitamin B12 level, vitamin B12 is absolutely necessary. If you have a normal B12 level, taking too much is not going to do anything productive. All you're going to do is essentially have a lot of vitamin B12 in your urine.
I was going to ask you, you're just going to pee it out, because we've talked about that.
Yeah, it's before. A water-soluble vitamin, and I guess you'd have to have horribly exceeded megadoses to. I've not seen a vitamin B12 excessive syndrome.
That's super interesting.
In clinical practice. I'm sure it could exist, but I've not seen one. The other thing they look at is your thyroid. Those are the two big reversible things for dementia that you'll look at in a workup.
Do you know, in my hometown of Buffalo, New York, has the highest incident of thyroid problems in America?
That is news to me.
Yeah, I'm wondering
if I couldn't give a why. The speculation would be environmental factors.
I would guess that.
I do know radioactive waste when they were testing bombs in the southeast and the Midwest had some thyroid impacts on people, but that was more towards cancer as opposed to hypothyroidism.
Like we lived like 3 to 5 miles away from a huge steel plant. And in the morning, I can picture it like it was yesterday. We had a blue rug on the steps, and my mother would have to come out and sweep the ore dust.
I have no idea.
You could write your name in the ore dust that was on the cars. That's how bad it was.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you anything from an evidence-based standpoint, but it does invite speculation.
Yeah. So, well, I'm not there anymore, so I'm good.
The fact that magnets go to you.
Yeah. So when they say I have a magnetic personality, that did be nothing.
I have a little hardware in my one shoulder.
But it's very interesting because nobody wants to lose their marbles at all. I know I'm trying to say it in a bad way.
I really wouldn't call it losing your marbles. It's more you lose a lot of your executive function, your ability to make second and first level decisions, your ability to be aware of your environment.
I get that, and it's got to be scary if you're out and about and driving along, and all of a sudden you don't know where the hell you are. That's got to be scary. So a lot of times you'll see the silver alert that they run, like the Amber Alerts of somebody that's lost.
That is a very big non-subtle hint. A place where I've run into problems in the professional area with that is people surrendering driving privileges.
Nobody wants
people
to do that.
Want to hold on to them long after they really ought not be on the road, and that's a very hot button issue.
That's crazy. It really is. It's scary. It's kind of good that you can track our phones now, at least if they have a phone. You know what I mean?
I just know from an autonomy standpoint, it's a very, very big issue. People feel like they're being, generic term, unadulted. They're being disenfranchised. They're being made less relevant when they give up driving privileges. But
no one wants to give up their freedom. That's for sure. I get that. But to get to the point where you are actually a public nuisance, that's another problem. You don't want to see grandma and grandpa go to jail because they killed somebody.
Well, you don't want to see them hurt.
No. So another interesting show, Doc. In 2 days, it's Christmas. We want to wish Merry Christmas to everybody from Dr. Andy and myself. It's very interesting to think about, you're going along in life and all of a sudden you start having memory problems. It happens to a lot of us, so it's nothing to be ashamed of. But to know there's a problem is probably half of the battle on that.
There are medications out there additionally, and there are a lot in the pipeline. The jury remains out on a lot of that, and there you're going to want to speak with your individual physician, your individual situation. But there are medications, there are treatments out there, and it's a science that's kind of in its infancy right now. So there you want to talk with your family physician, your neurologist, your neuropsychiatrist to see if you're a candidate, see what the benefits and the risks are.
Well, we're going to wrap this show up like we wrap up every other show, Doc. If you like working with people that are just like you, have the same values as you do, have the same passion for life, and love your children as much as we do ours, we're the people to work with. You can reach us at ebiagency.com. You can email us at eddiebuffaloinsurance@gmail.com. You can also call our hotline, which is 716-541-4118. Everyone have a wonderful and happy Christmas. Merry Christmas, Doc.
Merry Christmas. And keep on fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Life is definitely worth living. He's telling me now what to do. Life is definitely worth living. What do you got to do, Doc?
Keep on fighting.
Got to keep on fighting. You got to put the little boom in your voice, too, on that one.
I don't have boom in my voice.
Little bass. How about a little bass? You got a little bass?
Yes.
So take care, everyone. Thank you for being with us again.
Thank
Take
you
care.
for having me.
Come on, where's the button? Don's never here to help me. There we go.